Real honesty makes you feel clearer. Jealous honesty makes you smaller. Hi guys, welcome back to Claire's Kingdom, where we talk facts, walk fierce, and remind the world that well-behaved women rarely make history.
You wake up, house up, run around in it, flossing on it. This diamond, my diamond. This rock, my rock. I woke up like this. I woke up like this.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are here about fake concern, and this is part 2. If you haven't watched my first video about fake concern, go watch that. But yeah, when people are showing concern or when people are giving unsolicited or even solicited advice, to really be able to read between the lines, see or hear the undertones. Like, is this real concern or is this fake concern? So there was a time where I was going out with a friend to an event, right? And at the time, let's just say my self-esteem, my confidence was in the gutter, just to put it quite frankly. And obviously we had to dress up. I had my outfit on, they had theirs, they did their own makeup, and at the time I was not very makeup savvy. I was the type of person who would just put on, lip gloss, the highlighter, I think they call it, highlighter, just mascara, things like that. And obviously I was younger then, so this was a few years back. But yeah, I remember this person wanted to do my makeup, so I let them do it. And let's just say it was a very heavy, cakey look, and I did not like it. But this person just kept insisting, and she was older, and she kept insisting. Yeah, she was insisting that it looked really good. But I just felt like it was very cakey, it was very heavy. And obviously someone that's had sensitive skin, it just wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. But eventually, I just took a wipe and I wiped it all off. I didn't really care. Even though at the time, I wasn't as confident as I am now, I still felt deep down like this was not me at all. I felt like I looked like a clown, so I literally wiped it off and I just did my light makeup, which was the lip gloss, the mascara, the highlight, just simple. And my skin has always been relatively clear and smooth and nice, so it didn't really take much. And let's just say, long story short, we went to this event and I was getting compliments, and even by the end of the event, this friend was saying, oh, actually, this is much better. And in that moment, I was just like, imagine if I listened. Imagine if I allowed myself to go to the event with the cakey look, with the clown look. Because even the person that did that clown look, who claimed it looked so good or it looked so nice, is now telling me, oh, actually, what I did was better. So again, real concern, fake concern. Was that valid advice? Was it real advice? Or was it just, let's just feel comfortable? I don't want you to look too good because it will affect my ego. And I'm not saying this person was malicious in any way. And I'm not saying that people are malicious, but sometimes people don't want you to be the best looking person in the room. Let me put it like that. Or maybe they could be threatened by you, even if subconsciously. Sometimes they just want what they did to work. Some people can't admit when something they did didn't turn out right. So they try to convince you and thus themselves that it looks good. I had a event when I was going to, this was actually like a prom thing. I think it was my prom, which was obviously years ago. And I remember I was presented with 2 options. There was this nice bodycon black dress I chose, and it was it had like a lace turtle, not turtle, the halter neck kind of look, and then it was like a fishtail and it went out at the bottom. And it was a beautiful dress, and that was my first choice, obviously. But then I was presented with this, let's just say I don't know how to word it, let's just say very questionable dress, okay? Material was bulky, but it just was not a good look. And even, like I said, even with the low confidence I had at the time, I knew that this did not look good. It was not flattering. But at the time, the older familial relatives I had around me were trying to convince me so badly that no, this was the better choice, the dress was the better choice. And thankfully, I still went with my gut and I wore the black dress, which was amazing. I got compliments and all this stuff, but it really had me thinking, what if I listened? What if my self-esteem was so in the gutter that I just went with the quote-unquote advice or concern? And I share these stories to say that sometimes the people around you, the people you go to, are not always having your best interests at heart. And like I said, this may not even be in a malicious tone. Maybe sometimes people struggle with their own feelings of inferiority, jealousy, or let's say you have the quote-unquote better shape or quote-unquote better looks. This is me quoting what people would say or what people would think. Even if you don't think that's objectively true, These are the thoughts that, especially amongst women, are being thought. And sometimes that comes out as fake concern. Like I said, they'll be concerned like, oh, are you sure this is the dress you want to wear? Are you sure? Like sometimes I know some of you can relate when you've been in friendship groups or had that one woman friend who would purposely make you choose the bad option or the worst option so they didn't feel as threatened, especially if they were male-centered and especially if they thought in a very competitive way. Unfortunately, like if you're like me and have experienced a whole range of like friendships, you tend to find that this is how a lot of people think, unfortunately. But yeah, just remember, real honesty makes you feel clearer. And when someone's telling you the truth, when someone's giving you genuine advice, whether that's a clothes option or life advice, it usually makes you feel clearer. It gives you something to think about. It makes sense. Even like visually speaking, it makes sense. But when something you receive is unclear, you feel unsettled, you feel confused, you feel like, are you sure? A lot of the time, that's not honestly coming from a grounded or neutral place. And the point of this video is to say that to advise you guys to learn the difference between real honesty and fake or jealous or sabotaging concern or advice. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one, and just always trust your gut. Like I'm always saying, trust your gut. Powerful women trust their gut. So at the end of the day, people can give you their advice, people can give you their concern, but if you think something looks good, then stand by that. If you think something, or if you like something and other people disagree or whatever, stand by that, because we are all individuals. We all have our convictions. We all know what looks good. If you like your hairstyle the way it is, then leave it like that. If you like your dress the way it is, leave it like that. Of course, there's always room for improvement, so don't take this as me saying you should never listen to people, especially if someone knows better. But my point is to just know the difference. Like I just posted a video about discernment on my Claire Monica Talks channel. Go subscribe to that if you haven't. And I basically talked about how discernment is not just about being able to adhere to good advice or whatnot. It's about learning the difference, because some advice is packaged in, good for you or good packaging. Some people come as these angels, like these, nice, beautiful, kind, charming people. But sometimes what they're saying may be harmful to you or your goals. So just be able to tell the difference, okay? But yeah, comment down below your thoughts. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
I woke up like this, we flawless. Ladies, tell them I woke up like this. I woke up like this, we flawless. Ladies,